I think we all, whether you like him, whether you hate him, whether you think he's the worst person in the world, whether you think whatever, I think we all can agree drug prices are too high. But even when delivering some good news, he can't get out of his own GD way on things.
He just has to do it weird. And yeah, it's been talked about for years. What do we do about these crazy drug prices and the weird phenomenon that the same drug in other countries cost a lot less? Well,
Correct.
Here's how the president describes this scenario.
I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman. Serious.
I swear to God, I thought he was talking about himself.
He was there for a bit.
I thought that's where it was going.
Very confusing. But I love how even when describing someone, right, he's got a Don Rickles you. He's one of those guys where it's like, even if he's building you up, he's still got to take that. So it's like super successful guy, good guy, highly neurotic, really successful, good guy. So he's still got to take a shot at you.
Oh, yeah.
Even when he's trying to pump your tires.
A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug.
Okay.
What?
Can we just stop there for a moment?
Come on. We all know how this jingle goes. Oh, Ozempic. We all know that. That's all you have to do.
Right. But in his mind, it's still a pill. Because he starts with fat and then realizes that the pill is not a thing right now. Like they're moving towards the pill. And then he's like, well, I don't want to disparage any of Wegovy or Ozempic or whatever the hell it is. So I'm just going to call it the fat shot drug.
The fat shot drug.
Which sounds so much better, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Ask for it by name at your doctor's office.
God, I want someone, please. Well, wherever you're watching, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, I want you to go ahead and then comment back to us. And by the way, you can comment right now on the live stream wherever you're watching from. I want you to go into your doctor's office next appointment and ask you to get a prescription for the fat shot drug and see what they have to say.
And he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich.
Hold on a second.
Know how we would know this, but because he's got
a crush. I think that's sweet.
I think he's
got a little Trump crush going.
But what's with the rough guy? So he's highly neurotic, he's overweight, he's super successful, but he's also a rough guy and a smart guy.
Yeah.
And he calls me president. Used to call me Donald. Could he give any more clues on who this could be? like if you, I'm not into the Trumpism as much as a bunch of other people, but if you're an ardent fan, I'm pretty sure you know who he's talking about at this point. He's giving you enough clues to connect the dots.
Oh, really?
I think if you are the Uber in the Trump realm, I think everyone in the Trump realm knows exactly who the hell he's talking about at this point.
Okay, I don't.
I don't either. I'm not deep into that, but I'm saying people who are know exactly who he's talking about.
I thought you had a guess.
Is what I'm saying. No. I think maybe some people are thinking it may have been Elon, but I don't know.
Oh.
Comment said, President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working.
What was that for? What was that for?
Just firing
this guy was a friend.
Right. Now, I understand there are some relationships you have with friends and some group of friends where if you're not ribbing each other, then you're in trouble. Like that's the way they communicate. I don't feel like this is that type of friend. I feel this is just no matter where you are in Trump's orbit, he's going to take shots at you.
Yeah.
And so
remember,
go ahead.
President Trump is 212 pounds and 6 feet 8 tall. So that's so he thinks everybody is a lot fatter than him.
He's got an 18-pack underneath there, by the way, underneath that suit.
He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on? He said, so I checked. and it's the same box, made in the same plant, by the same company. It's the identical pill.
When RFK Jr. is giving you a look like, I'm not sure where you're going, that's something's wrong.
Correct. And there's Dr. Oz over there going, yep, I remember on my show, I always champion the fat shot drug. And by the way, now it's turned into a pill at the end of this story.
Right.
It's the same pill.
New York. And here I'm paying $88 in London. In New York, I'm paying $1,300. Now, this is a great businessman, but he's not familiar with this crazy situation that we have.
He's fat.
But he was stunned.
Yeah, he's a stunned, fat piece of crap. Taking his fat shot drug, calling me in the middle of the night. It's England over there when he calls. God knows what time it is here. I'm too busy. I am a fine specimen. Nothing ever hits these lips that would be bad. And yet, here he goes. He's calling me about the fat shot drug.
But you're right. This is one of those moments where you can bring people in from both sides of the aisle, and he just makes it weird.
He does.
And so it's just like, if he didn't make it weird, so now you've got at least half the country going, oh, for God's sakes, what is this now going on? When you probably could have a good portion of the country, because Republicans and Democrats alike, we've all gone to the pharmacy and said, "Jeez, is it this much?" And it's crazy. And that's
he
ultimately
the lead.
Yeah, we want that's what we want. But he's this winding story that just goes.
And I brought it up with the drug companies, represented by somebody who's very, very smart, good person too.
And now he just goes on.
Yeah, he's fat. Another good person. Yeah. I talked to the head of the drug companies.
You know, the guy's in charge of the fat shot drugs. So the fat shot drug mafia comes in, and I'm talking about how expensive the fat shot drug is, which doesn't work. But that's also the part of this story that gets buried, is the fact that he's basically dumping on the fat shot of it doesn't work, because his fat friend who's calling from London, who's highly neurotic, rough guy, smart guy, successful guy, business guy, saying what's going on with this, and he calls it the fat shot drug and then says it doesn't work, and then it ends up being a pill at the end. And then he goes on, that's another 3 minutes of that clip, but then he goes on to talk about you're going to save 60, 80, 90%, but maybe more if you look at it mathematically. Mm-hmm. What in the actual hell are you saying? You buried the lead, man. You could have just said, I'm lowering drug prices. Ta-da.
Ta-da. See, there you go. I don't know why he doesn't call us to be advisors.